What's going on, guys? I appreciate those of you that are hanging out waiting on the stream to start. For those of you watching replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications when we do these live chats. You can take part right along with us. So, one of the greatest of all time. Was I talking and the whole time the audio was not on? Because it just all of a sudden showed me it wasn't the mic had disconnected. Damn, how long did I not have sound, guys? Because I know I got sound again. How long did I not have sound? What's with all these wires losing connection all of a sudden today? So what's the last thing y'all heard? Somebody tell me, what's the last thing you heard? Whole minute or so. Well, fuck me, huh? Gotta love these technical difficulties. I'm sorry, I don't know what the hell's going on today, guys. What I was saying was the three in the thumbnail I'm going to get at some point. I'm very excited about these three. So that's the main three that we're going to talk about today. But hopefully if it ain't one thing, it's another. I don't know what the hell all of a sudden, like StreamYard and these two cords, these two USB cords have the plague all of a sudden. It's so weird. Anyways, Still Warrior says he's rocking Jubilation 25. I was having a great day until this all of a sudden happened. So, Sean, good to see you. Apple Brandy on the rocks. Sin of the Night's going to be French Defense. Excellent choice. I have my Woody Olfacted Discovery set from Mind Games going to be heading to the Nigerian giant Omas with that bottle of Erotica Minimal for Mommy, Rhea Ripley. I bought the shipping label today. I forgot it was President's Day. Went to the post office just to buy a label from the kiosk, basically. Can't ship the package till tomorrow, but that's me speaking of Mind Games. French Defense is in the Amber Olfactive set. I still have that, but he was debating on getting he texted me last night about Gambit and Viri, so I'm gonna hook you up. Let me send this your way. So I sent that his way. Speaking of Mind Games. So this was funny. This is the guy I gave a hard time the other day because we have such a time gap. And he's like, oh, you go live when I can't watch it. Well, yeah, we're in different countries on different sides of the world. So that's hilarious that he read that. And I told him I had to give him a hard time. Kevin, good to see you. Herbal Aquatica, since it's 80 degrees. That's a good one. I got to say, that's probably in the top 5 Montals for me. I like it a lot. Yeah, see, there you go. Kix Griffey. Soleil Blanc. Tropical. All right. Feeling beachy, huh? Yeah, I sure did give him a hard time. That's the thing. When I give you guys a hard time, I'm just playing and showing affection. That's me. That's me just playing. It's just who I am. I just like to do that. So I hope you guys don't get offended because, like, if we work together, that's how I like to play. I come from that era. I'm that kind of guy. I just like to give people, joke around. It's all lighthearted stuff. So don't take any of it serious, That's why I usually say it with a smile and laugh a little bit because I'm just picking. I'm just throw it right back at me. That's what I'm looking for. Throw it right back at me. Hit that like on your way. Let them know, Kyle. Drew Ross been going through a rough time lately in these lives, along with music festival coming up soon, are the things I look forward to. So thank you. Amber Oud to lift my spirits. Well, you picked a really nice oud rose fragrance. Glad we could provide a little bit of a unplugging from reality for you right now, my man. I don't know what you're going through, but we're rooting for you, Drew. The family we have here in the live chat is definitely rooting for you, my man. So hang tight, man. Hang tight. It'll get better. Sidrapwaze from Mohammed, who's still hanging out, even though it's like close to 1 a.m. where he's at. I appreciate that, Mohammed. Diptyque Eau de Menthe, that is my favorite from the brand. On average, Joe had sent me some samples a while back, and that was my favorite one. Anybody wondering? Rise Fuel, Tropical Punch Kool-Aid. Basically carbonated fruit punch, Tropical Punch Kool-Aid is what it comes down to. I have a fridge full of Rise energy drinks right now. Ghost is my second favorite. Rise is my favorite. Ghost is just more widely available. I had to go to Vitamin Shop the other day. The individuals were 40% off in the cooler. So I got like $1.10 a piece or something like that. So I bought a bunch of them. I like put them on the counter, go get another, put them on the counter. Wife would get one of our reusable bags out the back of the car so I could carry them out. I got a bunch of them. I probably spent $30 on $1 and 30, 40 bucks just on energy drinks. So I'm good for a little while. Nutrition plan changed greatly today. Now it's getting harder for those of you that care. It's getting harder as of today. Meal plan has changed. Hugo Boss reversed. Okay, it's a good one. Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum. I haven't tried. Joel, my man, good to see you. Gentleman Society. I think that's a great fragrance. I'm interested in trying the Extreme at some point this year. I did see your post on IG. Friends turning 30 this summer, thinking of gifting him. Hit him with the original Sidrapwaze. Of those four, I'd hit him with it right. Let him evolve into the Intense, into Prada Black. Let him enjoy something that's pretty versatile first. That's just my opinion. Obviously, go whatever route you want. I'd go with Sidrapwaze here. Be able to get you through this rough time. You got this. Hell yeah, let him know. Jay, good to see you. Pache de Cartier Noir. Sport Kins in the house. Sphinx Elixir. I wore that not long ago. Anyone else loving that one lately? Me? I wore it 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. Such a beautiful fragrance. Fragrance fraternities in the house. Mobile Legend Night. I have Bulgari Man In Black in my buying list. Should I wait for the parfum? I don't know. I haven't looked at the notes yet. We're going to take a look here in just a minute. Actually, I think we're going to start with that one. We'll start with that one. Then we'll go into probably Invictus Parfum and then Profondo Parfum, and then we'll look around a little bit. But that's the main three I want to cover today. Most of it's going to be just a live chat with you guys, but that's going to be like the topic I want to cover. Let's discuss them. Elijah, good to see you. Good to see you, Dan. We're in Polo Deep Blue Parfum. Oh, so now I'm to the point where y'all can't hear me, so I'm going to skip ahead on those parts. Wood and Roll is a great fragrance. Good to see you, Juan. What's going on, man? How are you? So new Attorney for Man Aromatic Essence in a dark green bottle. Ooh, I'd be interested in checking that out. Spencer's in the house. Good to see you, my man. Xerjoff Sketchbook Part 33. Never heard of it. Code EDT. I still say it's the best smelling code ever. Just my opinion. Strong With You Leather. Oh, man, that's my favorite in the line. I haven't tried the tobacco flanker yet, but eventually I will. I'm glad you like it, man. Good to see you, sir. Hugo reversed. Bottle killed your sound when it dropped. It might have it because it hit right next to the stand for the microphone. King of the Super Chat has arrived again. He is on a run lately. He has not missed a live stream in several live streams. Wearing Acqua di Gio Parfum. Hey, man, that's a good one. I think it was actually a great release this past year. I feel like it deserved a little bit more, not necessarily hype, but a little bit more love than it actually got. Because I think it was a good release. I do. John, good to see you. Ralph's Club EDT. Milano Privé. I've been loving that one. I'm going to do a full review at some point this week. I'm going to wear it again one more time, and I'm going to do a full review. Naxos for Antonio. I'm still having to skip a lot of these no sounds. Polo Blue Parfum. Great, great fragrance. The Tux. Good to see you, Fuzz Man. Okay, yeah, everybody's saying back now. So now I know where I'm at in the chat. Good to see you, sir. Fragrance of the Day Mont Blanc Star Walker. Signature Citrine for Ethan. I wore that the other night. I appreciate you guys giving me the feedback. It's a lot of comments to skip now, but I appreciate the feedback. Ask and you shall receive, right? So I see we got 125 in the chat. We just hit the 10-minute mark. Make sure to hit that thumbs up on your way in, guys. Let me click refresh real quick. Trying to get closer to the bottom, and then we'll go ahead and do the split screen and dive in. 49 likes, 125 viewers. My God, we are better than that. I believe in you guys. What's going on, Ryan? Guerlain L'Homme Ideal L'Intense. Wearing that one again, huh? Loving it lately, I guess. I don't blame you. It's great. Bvlgari Parfum. Hell yeah. That's a great one. That's one that I actually wear more than the original. I quite enjoy it. All right. Chanel Allure Homme EDT. Good to see you, Marty. Hope you're well. JT, how are you, sir? Davidoff Run Wild. Basically smells like Azzaro wanted the original one. That's kind of how I look at that. Rockin' Le Male Le Parfum, excellent choice. Greetings from Scotland. How are you, sir? Missoni Parfum Pour Homme and Brioni Eclat. That's a good versatile like summer lineup, honestly. I mean, you can wear Missoni Parfum for just about anything. It's got some darker notes, smoky notes, still a bright citrus, but Brioni Eclat, that's really good for the warmer weather. Excellent choice. Let them know, guys. Why Le Parfum? It was just mentioned, actually. Sauvage EDP layered with ombre leather parfum. I bet that smells interesting. Mind Games French Defense. I agree. I think it deserves even more fire emojis, honestly. Kevin Hill, good to see you, sir. Kenneth Cole, Mankind Hero. Drakkar Intense for Dan Not the Man. You, sir, smell fantastic. That's a great release. Waiting on Zoologist Penguin. Hi from Puerto Rico. Welcome, sir. Glad to have you. Yeah, we're cool. Love your humor. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I figured we were. Otherwise, you wouldn't have came baback. It was more for everybody else. Based on your replies, I knew you understood. But for anybody that's newer to the chat, I have to, because I mean the regulars, they get it. That's why they hang here. They understand me. But for those newer to it, if I ever pick on you a little bit, I promise it's a love affection kind of thing. Ask my wife. I pick on her more than any other person on the planet because I love her the most. I'm that guy. It's a sign of affection from me. It gets misconstrued. It really does. How the hell are we? I'm doing well, sir. Random. Have you ever tried Jaguar Classic Red? I have not. It's a cheapie, but honestly super impressive. Maybe 20 bucks for 100 ml. Fruity sweet vanilla. Solid longevity. I have not. Well, thank you, sir. It's actual gemstones. So it's a variety of gemstones. We've got Tiger Eye, Amethyst, the 7 chakras. This is a blue Tiger Eye with the cross. And then we got citrine, lapis lazuli, jade, sunstone, and I forgot what this was called. It was part of a pack, but they all relate to luck, money, good energy, confidence, things like that, really balancing the energy. I do believe in that stuff. I'm all about the energies. It's a real thing. God-fearing man, and I do believe in energies. What you put out, you get back. Anybody that wants to clown, go right ahead. Not going to change what I believe. So these and these came from Otter Spirit. This one was a seller on eBay. And then this came from Gymvius, which my quartz bracelet with my birthstones had busted. I actually popped it the other day, stretched it too far. And instead of rebuying it, that's where I got the Tiger Eye and the Amethyst to replace it. Because I had another blue Tiger Eye that was a matching set like this without the cross that was here. I replaced it. That's right here. I just stopped wearing it. But I get made fun of for these. More power to those guys that are insecure and make fun of me for it. So, but thank you for asking. Good to see you, sir. So let me hurry up and get to the bottom here so we can get started, man. We got some cool fragrances to talk about. I think they're going to be great releases. Love the Rise drinks. Tried their Sunny D when I drank that yesterday. Yeah, it's carbonated Sunny D. They're spot on. They really are. I got the blue raspberry sour straws. I got some of that flavor. The Ring Pop one's really good. Sweeties is really good. The little packs of candies, the Sweeties, the little mini sweet tarts is kind of how you look at it. They got that flavor. Basically their version of Mountain Dew Baja Blast, which is close, not spot on. Their lemonade's really good. Rainbow Sherbet, that flavor is really good. But this is my favorite. This and Sunny D are my two favorites. I can drink this one every day. No, Paradise Garden I have not tried yet. I'm going to be buying a bottle soon, though. I'm just waiting for the right, readily available situation, and I'm going to pull the trigger. There's a lot of designers I'm going to be buying. I bought a lot of designers last year. It looks like it's going to be a similar kind of path for this year. I'm going to get a lot of designers. To Me Unwind. Free season, don't think much, just what you love and can't see a season without. So springtime is when I mainly like to wear this one. So naturally this. for spring is what I'll throw out right away. Summertime, believe it or not, Bulgari Parfum, even though it's on the sweeter side, I love it for the summer. For the fall, I'm actually going to go something in the realm of Zaharoff's Signature Tobacco, because I think that's just beautiful for that season. And for the winter time, probably try Fabacus from Argos, because that's kind of the only time I wear it, because it's pretty heavy. I have not. My man D's in the house. What's going on? Paco Rabanne, Invictus Intense. That gets no love. I'm so glad you're wearing that, D. I'm so glad you're wearing it. And it's not really much more intense. The whiskey note just makes it a bit sweeter. It's not even all that boozy. It's like sweeter Invictus. It's not for people that don't like sweet, but it's actually really good. It never gets love. Never, ever gets love. Great choice. Great choice, man. Good to see you. For those of you who didn't know, tomorrow night on the Sports Desk Live, we are previewing Elimination Chamber for WWE for any of you wrestling fans that are in here. Subscribe to the Sports Desk Live. No, I have not. I have not. So, man, I got to get to a spot and stop so we can dive into the split screen. I love talking to you guys, but I want to do a little bit of that, and then we'll come back to the chat. Do a little bit more, and we'll come back to the chat. Sphinx Signature. Sphinx puts out some great stuff. MG, good to see you, sir. Late Night Alum, Mugler, Alien Man. Have a few vanilla fragrances. How does it compare? Interested in getting vanilla oud. Not even close to the same kind of vanilla fragrance, in my opinion, my man. Way more complex, funky, spicier. It's on a totally different playing field of vanilla fragrances, my man. Just not a big fan of Club Black. I get it. It's very mass appealing, easy to wear, kind of a fresh vanilla, even though it's smoky and ambery. It's got some freshness to it. So Hidden Gems in the house. What's going on, my man? All right, guys. I hate to skip ahead, but I'm going to skip a little bit because I need to get to a spot. I have not. That's an Electimus fragrance. But no, I have not. Skipping ahead. I am an Aquarius, but I try not to buy too much into the signs. Energy is different. Everything is made of it. We're made of energy. That's a fact. I try not to buy into the zodiac signs and everything too much. I know what sign I am, but I don't go by any of that. But we are made of energy. We exert energy. We absorb energy. That is not something I'm just making up. Whereas the astrology and everything, I try not to tie to, going back to being a God-fearing man, I don't really tie too much into the astrology stuff. I have not, but based on how much you like French Riviera, I think you will love it. I will have to look into that one because I do love French Riviera. Pink Panther, good to see you, my man. Caramel popcorn from that Invictus. You talking about in the Intense that Dedrick's wearing? I'm not going to argue with it. It's really good. It is really good. It doesn't get any love. So we got to the bottom. Let's pull up iFragrance. Of course, there's an ad. I get it. They got to pay the bills. That's why they got the ads. So let's scroll on down. We're going to start with Bulgari Man In Black Parfum. So I saw like a year ago that this was going to be a thing. I had saw a bottle, picture of a bottle. It got leaked to me. Then another post came around. Then iFragrance did a teaser post not long ago. Now this is officially, all right, here it comes. So obviously it's all solid black. It doesn't have that gold color to this portion. It's all blacked out. So let's take a look at these notes. Fragrance description. The new fragrance from men launched in 2024 in the Man in Black collection, exuding a unique elegance. Bulgari Man In Black Parfum takes the original eau de parfum to a new level of density, richness, and refinement, embodying a contemporary masculinity through its ambery, woody signature. With addictive and vibrant, spicy top notes that smoothly morph into a lavish floral sea of tuberose and iris. So that's still there from the original, because it dries down into a creamy floral. I don't know how many of you get that. It's spicy and boozy up the original. Spicy boozy up top and dries into these florals, which always surprised me. It's the tale of two fragrances. So I'm glad they kept that. Before yielding into the intensity of a dark wood accord, Bulgari Man In Black Parfum is a contrasted and textured composition crafted by master perfumer, the greatest freshie creator of all time, Alberto Marias, even though this isn't a freshie. That's what he's known for. It is the richest and most concentrated fragrance that the Bulgari Man collection as we know it now. Okay, so it's their strongest fragrance as far as concentration. The all-black flacon delivers an intense interpretation of the Man in Black aesthetic codes. The dramatic and audacious use of the color black visually reflects the higher concentration of the parfum, differing with the more marked contrast between the black and rose gold of the eau de parfum. An amber woody fragrance with top notes of vibrant spices accord, elemi resin, followed by mid notes of tuberose absolute, iris essence, and base notes of dark wood accord, benzoin of siam absolute. What's wrong with me? So it loses the booziness according to this note breakdown, but it's still all about bright, warm spice, tuberose iris, dark woods, and amber. This benzoin could come across a little boozy. It does sometimes. I think it's going to be amazing because it seems like they didn't venture away from the core DNA. It seems like they really embraced it, as they should. If you're going to make a richer version of it, sounds like it's going to be a true richer version. I think it's going to be amazing. I think anybody that has Man in Black and is a fan of it is going to love this. And this is just based off the write-up. This is just based off of an assumption on what I think it's going to be like. But I bet this is going to get a lot of praise from fans of Man in Black. Because the complaint over the last several years has been, oh, they've reformulated it. Oh, what it once was. It used to perform so much better. I got a bottle that's only a few years old that I get like 7 or 8 hours of longevity out of it. Admittedly, it doesn't project real heavy for a long time. It's like an hour and a half. It calms down greatly, hour and a half, but it lasts a long time and not just a faint skin scent. To where I would say it's got sillage leaving a trail behind me. So I'm here for it. I think this is going to be a great release. Definitely want to know what you guys think down in the comments. Are you excited for this release? I'm very excited for it. And we'll go ahead and get caught up with the comments before we dive into the next fragrance, which will be Invictus Parfum. I think we'll look at next. Okay, let's see. The Parfum. It was too strong with all the heat and humidity. I've worn it to the beach out here in Florida. I actually love it. Okay, so now I know where I'm at. Got my discovery set from Sphinx. Wood of Gods is my new love. They're all good. Some better than others, obviously. It's PacSun, a clone of PacSun. Only PacSun I know of is the store, the clothing store. So what do you mean, PacSun? Not sure what you mean. Overdose. I went there years ago. How intense is the Equus spice compared to Eros Flame? Can I wear it in hotter weather? Thank you in advance. I would say you can definitely get away with it in the warmer weather because it's very airy and bright. It doesn't have the density of an Eros Flame. Eros Flame is a thicker aroma. Equus is not. I don't think it is. And it is very airy. Start bench sell. Oh, here we go. This ought to be good. Terre d'Hermes Parfum, Luna Rossa Ocean, Guerlain Ideal Extreme. Ooh. So sell is going to be Luna Rossa Ocean because the other two are just so much better. I'm going to start Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Extreme. I'm going to bench Terre d'Hermes Parfum, and I'm going to sell Prada Luna Rossa Ocean, either version. I do like both the EDT and the EDP, but not better than the Guerlain and the Terre d'Hermes Parfum. BK, good to see you, my man. Hoffman, always a pleasure. And see, I love Spice Bomb, so I won't agree with you on that. But the florals do make it more interesting. It is a more interesting composition because if you've ever smelled Man in Black Parfum, at least on me, it changes greatly from the top. The top is spicy and boozy and warm, and then it transitions into a creamy floral with a soft wood. Little powdery, not all that powdery, but that creaminess comes from the tuberose. Invictus Intense wasn't my first fragrance ever, but jump-started my fragrance buying addiction. Kyle with the 499 Super Chat, I appreciate you. Ooh. So I wish I don't know if they're in business anymore, but Flower City Fragrance Bourbon Vanilla, it's fantastic. It's one of the best fragrances I've ever smelled with a boozy accord. It's very bourbon heavy. Then I would say New Orleans Jazz and Booze from City Rhythm is my favorite boozy fragrance. It's bourbon heavy. Then it's tough because then there's a bunch that could fall into a third mention. But it's mainly those two. I need one to add. Oh, if I was to recommend one to you, I would say City Rhythm Fragrance New Orleans Jazz and Booze. It's A little gourmand. It's got this patisserie, spiced cinnamon, baked bread, beignets, pralines, all of that going on. Heavy, heavy bourbon. It's based around New Orleans. He nailed it. New Orleans. Old New Orleans Hornets, back when the Hornets were in New Orleans. I wanted to wear an older hat today. Yeah, New Orleans Jazz and Booze from City Rhythm. That's the one I would highly suggest if you're looking for something really boozy and really good, and really strong. That's a fair point. Good to see Bottega Veneta Illusion. Fresh and clean. Just got Paradise Garden. I'm curious what you think. Yeah, don't let me know. I've avoided anyone and everyone's opinions so far. Greetings from Russia. Have you tried Acqua di Parma leather? I have not. I love a good leather accord, though. Ooh, except purple suede and ombre leather. One that's actually really good that doesn't get any love is Mancera's Wild Leather. It's very woodsy and smoky, but a nice, dry, a little rough and tumble leather accord. Very dominant, like a black leather type of smell. That's one that I would highly suggest that doesn't get talked about, that I got recently that I think is quite good. They'll teach their own. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get 100 ml that I'll never go through. More than likely. I mean, if I can get a 60 ml, I'll get one. But I'll probably end up with 100 ml that I'll never finish. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try out the new one. Now I would say maybe wait for the Parfum. Now that I've read it, I'm glad you asked again. After reading that, it seems like it's going to be really close to the original, just thicker. I'd probably wait for the Parfum. If it's me in this situation, I just want to get one, I'm going to wait for the Parfum to try it because it doesn't look like it's going to be different enough. Looks like it'd be pretty redundant to have both. Now, this is assumption. I haven't smelled it, just based on what we read. Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger. That was my jam. Noted. All right, I'm going to head off. Good luck with the rest of the show. I'm glad you could hang out with us for a little while, and I didn't have to crack some jokes in the beginning. We were able to just have some jokes together. I appreciate you coming and hang out with us for a little bit. Seriously, have a great night. I hope you get some great sleep and kill it tomorrow. Have a great day. Let's go. We're at church last night, still pumping off one by night. I sprayed skin and clothes. Polo Black. Wow, I wore that. It's been over a month because I got a bottle just for old time's sake. It is a beautiful mango fresh fragrance. It really is. Don't last for shit 2 to 3 hours and it's gone, but it smells great. Ooh, Adonis Awakens is my number 2. I think you can pull it off in the spring. I think it's too heavy for the summer personally, but if you're going to be indoors all day, it's totally fine. You can wear anything in climate-controlled environments if you're not going to be in and out a lot. But springtime totally can get away with Adonis Awakens. Thick. Yeah, there you go. Let them know. Cool Water, a classic. Looking forward to smelling Man in Black Parfum. Smash that like button. 170. We haven't got 175 watching. Let me hit the old refresh. Can we get over 100? 90. We're getting there. Montrese, good to see you, my man. It does. It's on the synthetic side, though, but it is a classic designer boozy fragrance. I think it's a modern classic. I'm always hoping for a new one, but I don't think we're going to get it. I mean, Bleu de Chanel Parfum came out in 2018. It's been 6 years. I would love one. I just don't think they're going to give it to us. Even if it wasn't an elixir, I don't think we're getting another one anytime soon. Blue Moon Ginger Dash, Killian. Oh, definitely. Definitely Paris Corners North Stag Quattro. Afternoon Swim Clone. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I wore it night before last. So fresh. I got to spray it. Zesty, fresh, and watery. Clean and musky. The color of the bottle is what it smells like. Super watery orange. It's such a mandarin orange fragrance. It is so good, so fresh, and it's an extrait. It lasts because it's synthetic. It's not like it's photorealistic, so it fades in 3 hours like real citrus. Nope, this stuff's going to hold for 6 or 7 hours on skin. It's not going to pump the whole time, but the first hour, if you spray this heavy, you will choke yourself out. This is so immensely strong in the first hour. Like, if you want it to be real strong, do 5 or 6 sprays, it'll be very strong at that point. and wait a little while. Let it calm down if you want to get just immense power again, because it lasts. But that first hour is intense. It really is. It'll suffocate you. How are you? Wearing Boston Scent Magnetic today. Yeah, tongue twister. Boston Scent Magnetic today. What a fantastic scent. We'll be getting the Elixir because I prefer it over Magnetic. I do too. I do too. I think it's better. I don't think it's wildly better. I think they're both really good. I think they're 1 and 2 in the line. But I do agree the Elixir is better. Milano Privé. I wore that a couple of days ago. I'll be wearing it again this week. Excellent choice. Deli lady smelled me from 6 feet away, and she said, wow, you smell good. Well, it definitely screams off the skin. I haven't tried any of them. Going to get this haul this weekend. Re-up on Ombre Leather, Sauvage EDT, Cedrat Boisé. I'm going to get a couple Montals, either Honey Oud. I would say Wood and Spices if my opinion matters at all here. Starry Nights is really good, but really, really powdery. Keep that in mind. It's got powdery notes and the powdery notes accord. Like some of the notes are already powdery. Then on top of that, they have the actual fragrance accord powdery notes. It's warm, powdery, and sweet. A little on the feminine side, but it's damn good if you like powdery. I haven't worn that in a long time. It's damn good if you like powdery fragrances, but Wood and Spices, I put that up there with oddball versatility. Oddball, but versatile, like a Dior Sauvage and Strat Boisé. But that's some good stuff. I see you got some great ideas here for a fragrance haul, in my opinion. So I tried it with Dedrick, get that grape soda vibe. Check out my man Dedrick Hicks Jr. We did a collaboration video on his channel in the last week, and he hit me with it on a surprise blind smelling rate. Get that grape soda vibe. I quite liked it. Good to see you, sir. Ashton, good to see you. Hopping on a plane, heading back to college. Flight Scent, Blue Noir, EDP, nice and versatile. Safe travels, my friend. Our friend George Zaharoff is heading to Hong Kong. He's been flying all day. I talked to him in between flights while I was doing cardio this morning for a brief moment. Good to see you, sir. So let's dive into the next one. Oh, yeah, good choice. Good choice. But it seems like it might be because there's not even a note. Like they don't even list the rum. But the benzoin could come across that way, but it would be dialed back. If indeed the rum's not there, like the note breakdown says. Coach Open Road, Joma Shop 37, that's a great deal. That's a solid fragrance too. I've never tried the original. I've tried all the flankers, but never the original. All right. So I got to skip ahead a little bit, guys. I apologize because I want to get into the next one. So not too far. Here we go. I'm to the bottom. Yes, I actually have a full review on it. It's very spicy and woodsy. Very, very spicy and woodsy. I haven't worn it in a long time. I could say that for a ton of fragrances because I have a ton of fragrances. But on that note, let's go ahead and switch back over here, and let's go look at Invictus Parfum. So we got 184 in the chat. I appreciate you guys coming and hang out. We'll look at Profondo Parfum in just a moment, but I want to look into this one. I looked at the release that they had in their stories, but I didn't really read too much further into it. I like that they changed the bottle distinction just a little bit. The curvature, the contour, they added some curves and lines to it while still having that, trophy kind of look to the cap and the handles on the side. Even though it's very cheesy, I've always oddly liked the Invictus bottles. But I'm really excited for this because the last several releases have ventured further and further and further away from Invictus's DNA. There's no way they're avoiding it with this. I think it's going to be a warmer, woodsier take on Invictus. So let's see. So here's the 4. Let me close that little ad off. But this is the 4. The original, clean and fresh. The Parfum, aromatic, woody, and intense. Victory, woody and extreme. And Victory Elixir, amber, woody, and addictive. Okay. Let's read the write-up first. Rise to greatness and unleash the epic hero within. That's bullshit. These designer write-ups crack me up when they say shit like that. Let the modern man to melt women's hearts and just shit like, stop it. Just talk about how good it smells and the creation and the inspiration. Don't give people false hope because there's people that'll believe that shit. Not any of you guys. You guys are big time in fragrance. You don't buy into that kind of stuff. But you never know. There's 8 billion people. Not all of them are the sharpest pencils. Just saying. with the new Invictus Parfum by Rabanne, because it's not Paco Rabanne anymore. Captures your inner legend and empowers you to conquer divine heights. Blended with exceptional ingredients. Okay, we'll see. Yet to be determined. The new Invictus is a powerful, aromatic, woody, watery fragrance. Fresh lavender collides with sensual black soap and addictive sandalwood in an olfactive clash for gods. The iconic Invictus bottle comes with a stronger V-shaped silhouette and gold cap to make way for a more powerful trophy than ever before. A fragrance for the half-god hero who turns life into legend. So anybody here that happens to be a half-god hero, Rabanne has made a fragrance for you, right? An aromatic woody amber fragrance with top note of lavender, followed by mid notes of black soap, base notes of sandalwood, 50 ml, 100 ml, 200 ml parfum. So clearly there's some fragrance oils being left out in this description in this pyramid because they're saying it's a watery fragrance. It's going to have Invictus's sweetness if it's going to relate to the DNA. And none of that is sweet. But black soap, so a dark soapy accord, because lavender and black soap, that just looking at this, if we would have read any of that and just looked at these three notes in the pyramid, that looks like a soapy ass fragrance, right? Lavender, most of the time, especially designer level like this, going to be soapy. Then you add something being called black soap to the heart. It just sounds like a soapy, woody fragrance. Sounds super generic. But knowing that it's an Invictus fragrance, you know damn good and well it's not just going to smell like soap and wood. So I do think this is going to be a really good release for them. I think it's got a chance at being received the way Victory Elixir did. They got to hit a home run with this one, in my opinion, because I don't think you can release Invictus Parfum and it'd be a miss. Personally. Because Platinum was an acquired taste. I quite like it, but I could see where some people don't like it. It's a strange one. I didn't like Victory all that much at first. I thought it was just okay. It grew on me. I quite like Victory now. Victory Elixir is fantastic. But I feel like the Parfum flanker of the original DNA, it's got to be a home run, at least in my mind. I have a feeling they're there with it, and they're just, these brands are hiding these note breakdowns to kind of help with cloning is my thought process. I'm not confirming that. I don't know if that's actually the case. That's just what it looks like to me. I mean, obviously they put them in a machine or reverse engineer them, so I don't think this has all that much relevance, but that's not telling the full tale of this fragrance. I'm confident in that statement. I don't think this is all of what's in there. Sometimes they smell as basic as a 3-note note breakdown, like the most wanted the black bottle, toffee, cardamom, and amber. Sure, that's pretty much all I smell. But this, I'm confident there will be more to it than that. We'll get into Profondo Parfum here in just a little bit. The original was my wedding day scent, so you got some really good memories tied to that one. Ooh, yeah, I wore that last night. I go back to it quite often. I wore it last night. It's little by little, we're going to drop that juice down. Before I get to Christmas, I'll be below that line. No doubt about that. I'll probably be a decent ways behind that line because I've really been enjoying this one. It's mouth-watering fresh. I like that cap, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I think it's a good price. I mean, I know you're not asking me, you're asking Spencer, but yeah, Spencer agrees. 201 in the chat. I appreciate you guys for being here. So those of you that just jumped on, just scroll back just a little bit. We just covered Invictus Parfum. Before that, we covered Man in Black Parfum. We're going to be covering Profondo Parfum in a little bit. I just realized we're talking 3 Parfum flankers. How did I not realize that before? We click refresh. Man, I appreciate you guys. All right. Get here. Just checking in on my lunch break. My question of the day, Carlisle or Triumph of Bacchus? Triumph of Bacchus. That was easy. I enjoy the fruitiness to it, the richness and the purity of the smell. Darker and more resinous, more about the apple with Carlisle, but much more about booze and just, like I said, it smells on a different tier of quality when it comes to Triumph of Bacchus. That's just how I feel. But good to see you, big man, big lifestyle. I haven't revamped that in a long time because I'm buying a little time on redoing my top 10 for Mancera. I'm probably going to do a top 10 for Montal as well. I've got a lot of Montal fragrances now. I need more time to spend with a lot of the new ones because I'm constantly buying new. I mean, hell, a couple days ago, I just got Aqua Palma. and wild cherry from Mancera. Literally, like almost every haul, I get something from at least one of the two from Mancera Montal. I buy them more faster than I can wear them. So at some point, hopefully this spring, I'll revamp those lists. Just be on the lookout. I haven't looked at it yet. We're going to look at that one next. Hit the like button. I would hope they do. I mean, they discontinued 2018 now. I hope they do Invictus Aqua 2025 or something like that. That'd be great because they did 2 years apart last time. If they do 25, it'll be 7 years apart. Because unless they're planning on announcing that in a couple of months, I don't think we're getting it this year. I think so too. I like the contour that they added. I think it's going to be good. I think the note breakdown's far from telling us the whole story. Same. Just missed the cut. Damn. Guess we're going to find out together. I would assume like a darker nuance to it, like almost. Now, what I think is, this may not be what it smells like. This is assumption, but any of you who smelled Boss Bottled Night, and it's birch and lavender is the main things. It smells like a smoky bar of soap. That's what I think when I hear black soap. That's what I think because it's a darker accord soapiness. That's what comes to mind. I hope it doesn't smell just like that because that would be a disappointment. I like Boss Bottled Night. Nothing, it's not special, but I wouldn't want it to smell similar to that. But that's where my mind goes with black soap. Very well could be those charcoal bars. That does have a distinctive soapy smell. It might be that. Good point, Ken. It might be. Ooh. Honestly, the closest I've come across to Invictus Aqua 2018, which is my favorite, Halloween Man Hero. You substitute the violet for lavender. That's the trade-off. It's a little bit soapier, but overall it's like 85% the same fragrance, maybe even 90% the same fragrance. Performs about the same. You get it for like 35, 40 bucks, maybe even less for 4.2. Halloween Man Hero, not any of the Middle Eastern ones. Halloween Man Hero is the one I would recommend. So I'm saying I think you're on to something here. I like it more than Silver Mountain Water too. It's my favorite. I like it more than Mephisto Gentle Uomo too. I have all three, and I love all three, but I do like Mephisto more than the others. Half God hero, exactly. I don't know. We're going to find out. iFragrance, good to see you, sir. Welcome to the stream. We've covered 2 fragrances so far. We're going to be covering Profondo Parfum in a little bit, and then we'll probably look around a little bit more. Glad you're able to come hang with us for a little bit. Invictus Neil, I am half God. There you go. Boz Cobra's in the house. You got your Born Aroma Coral Fantasy and loving it. I figured you would, Boz. I can't imagine too many people not liking that one. I think it's really good. I love that it's kind of a spicy apple at the top, and it's not a heavy tobacco, but there's some earthiness to it. It's pretty damn good. It's my favorite Valentino. What's going on, my man? Blue Sapphire from Sammy. That's still his best fragrance, in my opinion. Let him know, my man. I'm in the Matrix. I'm full God. Joel is the one. The Bishop, Jared Miller. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. I have videos on every single City Rhythm fragrance. You just type in TLTG City Rhythm and a whole slew of them will come up in the search, my man. I've done launches. I've done launch videos for a few of them where I was the first video. Niles gave me the opportunity a few times. Yeah, big fan of the brand. I literally recommended New Orleans Jazz and Booze to somebody about 20 minutes ago in this live stream. Niles does great work. If you want to see any of my reviews on them, TLTG City Rhythm in the search bar. Big list of videos is going to come up. You missed 2 of the 3 main ones I want to cover so far. I haven't tried oud leather from Montal. African leather is really good. Ocean leather is underrated. Has an aquatic tone to it, a fresher leather. Ocean leather's very underrated. That's one that I would think worth looking at. Pretty good. 213 as far as who's in the chat right now, and we got 124 likes. I'm not going to complain. I appreciate it. Could be better. Could be worse though too, right? So let me scroll down a little bit more. I have not. I have not. What do you prefer, Born in Roma or Born in Roma Intense? Born in Roma Intense. I would literally wore it last week, actually. $2 super chat. Slap that like button. Above 50% is a must. Let them know, Jared. Let them know, my man. I appreciate the super chat. Sure have. Sure have. That's my second favorite. Guava, pine. I believe a little bit of pineapple, coconut. It's a little spiced. It's a beautiful tropical fragrance. It's one of my favorite tropical fragrances. Absolutely. Got a video on that one as well. Ooh. Personally, I would go Vetiver Sensual. I think Deep Forest is a little bit more of a challenge than the Fragrance Apprentice and Omas made it seem in that collaboration video. They fell in love with it. It was also on a test strip, though. And I think it's a little bit more of a challenge than they were given. It's good, though. But Vetiver Sensual is much more wearable, which I plan on wearing tomorrow, which is going to make Joel's Matrix very, very happy. I got it right here to wear tomorrow. And it is happening. I am definitely going to wear it. Crazy underrated. I have a bottle of it. Was a full god. You can do what you like, I guess, Joel. I have not. Very good cheapie. Fresh with a rhubarb note. I'll keep that in mind. Rhubarb is very underappreciated in the few fragrances that have it. There you go. Roll with it. It's probably those charcoal bars of soap. That's probably what it is. So let me scroll down a little bit more. It was $19 and I didn't get it because it smelled like Axe. See, for $19, just roll the dice and give it a shot. You know what I mean? Because just because I like it, they might not. People saying that they might not. They might think Invictus Aqua 2018 smells like Axe as well. People say stuff like that. People say that about Dior Sauvage even. It smells like Axe shower gel. And they're not wrong if it smells like Axe shower gel to them. It smells like Axe shower gel to them. I think it's much more sophisticated than that, but I'm just me, you know? I mean, it seems like that's the consensus. Uomo Intense, still a darling in the community, but overall, I can't see too many people voting against that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm glad you're able to hang out with us for a little bit. Any off-on fragrance for the summertime? Yes, 9 a.m. Dive. Very much. Very, very much. It's on the lighter blue side, but it has a little bit of density, but it's not too heavy. It's kind of like a Franken fragrance where it's got multiple, like it's got a little bit of Y, a little bit of Bleu de Chanel, a little bit of Afternoon Swim. It's got a little bit of like all the different blues. That's always good. All right, so I made it close to the bottom. So let's go ahead and get into Profondo Parfum, shall we? So a while back, the first release that they had about this was that it was a special edition. And that was going to be a disappointment because the bottle's a little different. It's like, oh, they're just doing a special bottle. They do that from time to time. They've done it with the original a handful of times. Now it's what I originally thought it was going to be. It's a parfum. That I'm here for. I'm excited about that. Here we go. Inspired by the mystery of the sea, the new perfume invites you to explore new depths, to dare and discover the unknown. Immerse yourself in the seductive essence of Acqua di Gio Profondo Parfum, whose profound and mysterious freshness invites you to an aromatic journey into the depths of the ocean. This aquatic fragrance brings together a captivating blend of sensual, resinous base notes. You stole my heart already with that. Sensual, resinous base notes. I love a good resinous fragrance. Into the depths. Oh, aromatic middle notes and a citrusy top notes infused with marine aromas. I would expect nothing less from this fragrance with marine aromas. A refreshing and powerful fragrance. I feel like more was left out of this. A more refreshing and powerful fragrance than ever would have made more sense. The beloved Acqua di Gio series, an aquatic, aromatic, and woody fragrance, keynotes of green mandarin, which carries over from Profondo. Marine notes, mimosa, labdanum, and patchouli. Full notes will be added soon. So this isn't the full note breakdown, but this does give you an idea that mimosa offers kind of this playful, fruity tone. A little bit of a bright booziness, if you will, but a fruity tone is what I mainly get from mimosa when it's prominent in a fragrance. Then on top of that, you have some green mandarin, which is just like the best note they put in the line. It's amazing. It's got this almost creamy like orange smell to it is kind of how I get, green mandarin. It's got a zest, but almost a little bit of a creamy tone. That's how I interpret it when I smell it. Marine notes, of course, saltwater accord, patchouli and labdanum. The labdanum here, I don't know if it's going to be I would assume it's just going to be on the ambery side. I doubt it's going to have a leathery facet. Labdanum usually in this line means amber. I haven't smelled a leathery Acqua di Gio yet. I would love that though. Now that we're talking about, now that I mentioned that, I think that would be great. I would love to see Acqua di Gio leather. Armani Beauty, I hope you're watching. Acqua di Gio leather. Next flanker. Let's do it. I would love that. I think it would be great. But I'm excited about this because Profondo Lights was phenomenal. The last flanker they did, the flanker to the flanker. This is another flanker to a flanker. Because Profondo's a flanker, Profondo Parfum's a flanker to a flanker. Just like Profondo Lights was. Profondo Lights, in my opinion, better than Profondo. Not as strong, still strong, but not as strong. Smoother, slightly, and greener. Still aquatic, but the green notes were enhanced greatly, like the rosemary and stuff. Love Profondo Lights. I think it's the best smelling one in the line. Besides Profumo, obviously, is the king overall, but as far as openings, my favorite opening in the Acqua di Gio line, Profondo Lights, easily. So this has a chance at being up there as one of the best they've put out. What are your guys' thoughts on this one? Very curious. Let's get back to the chat. That's a good one. I haven't worn it in a while either. Once you pop, you can't stop type of fragrance for you. I get it. Acqua di Parma leather, which 123 mentioned to me earlier. Supremacy in Heaven, Dupa Creed Silver Mountain Water. It is a good one. Or 9 a.m. Invictus Platinum was 11. And see, at first I was like, oh, it's a little medicinal and herbal, which it was on my skin right away. And then it got beautiful. Sometimes you need more than one spray. You know, that one first spray, sometimes it won't work out for you. And then you do a wearing experience where you throw 5 sprays on and it changes the game. That's what happened to me with Invictus Platinum. It happens. It happens to me often. Be twinsies tomorrow. We could be sent twinsies. Oh, hey, I appreciate you being here. Love from the U.S. Invictus Parfum. He's a Creed Aventus guy. He did a GQ 10 things I can't live without or 10 things I can't travel without, whatever. Creed Aventus is his fragrance. Watch Sense, good to see you. Armani code Profumo. Used to be my favorite until the EDP came out. Now it's my second. Product Carbon smelled like Axe. See, there you go. That's what I'm saying. You never know who's going to say Axe is a go-to as a generic term. That's what it's used for. It's generic. That's what they're telling you when they say it smells like Axe. It just smells like generic shower gel. Disappointing, but to some people, that's just how they smell it. Still putting it to the test. It's nice. I agree. It is a nice fragrance. Just bought a 50 ml of Aquamarine today at Marshall's for $45. That's a steal. I feel like it will pop in the high heat. It does. It's very fresh and airy. The Aqua fragrances, all of them are just so good in the heat. Last summer, I wore the original. I didn't pull out the Marine. The previous summer, I was pulling out Marine. I kind of don't really wear more than one of them because I'm always wearing new stuff. The burden. There's a burden and a blessing to reviewing fragrances all the time. There's a burden and the blessings. I get to try all kinds of cool stuff. If it's cool to you, it's cool to me. I get to try all the stuff. The burden is I have so much cool stuff that doesn't get worn because I always have new cool stuff coming. So I got to make myself go back to some ones I love from time to time. That's one that I love. That whole line. I don't have all 6. I don't have the 2 tonic flankers, but I have Aqua Amara, Aqua Atlantique, Aquamarine. I have the 4 main ones, and they're beautiful. All 4 of them are beautiful. Very late to the chat, just in time for the good news about Profondo. I'm excited about it. I think that mimosa note is going to be give it a playful side. I think it'll give it more of a playful side. And if it's indeed a higher concentration, it'll be really good. Because you can call it Parfum, and it's just another EDP. Designers do it all the time. Let's see. I believe you compared that to Axe. It happens, though. I don't even live in Louisiana. I haven't lived in Louisiana in years. And I don't go down for, I haven't lived in Louisiana in like 7 or 8 years, like 8 years. And I never go back for Mardi Gras because Mardi Gras is not what it used to be. People just get drunk and pelt you with packs of beads. That's not fun. And I don't drink. If I was getting drunk like my mom and her friends and all them drinking at the parades and stuff, yeah, I'm sure it'd be a different experience, but I don't drink. So I'm designated Dan. You want to hang out with me and drink? I'll drive you. No big deal. So I don't like drinking. So those days are long behind me. I like staying sharp. I don't like getting drunk. My wife likes to have some drinks here and there. And on occasion, I'll drink one just to make her happy. If like we got family in town visiting and we're out to dinner or something, I'll have one drink. But even that's rare. It's like pulling teeth to get me to drink. Point being, I love boozy fragrances, but I don't like booze. But that's what I think adds to the experience with Mardi Gras parades is the alcoholism, which is part of the culture of South Louisiana, right? I'm here for it. The original, man, I just got a big whiff of Acqua Essenziale Blue. I've had it on for like 3 hours now, 2.5, 3 hours. I see, I was just still pumping, man. It's so good. I love when I revisit it because it's like, oh yeah, I still love you. It's still so good to me. Okay, here we go. Rasasi Fatan, which I haven't tried. I've heard good things. Legacy Silver is great. And Shagaf, so that's very floral. Just be wary. It's fruity floral. It's kind of like a very flowery take on Invictus Aqua. It's like walking through a garden by the beach. It's not all that watery, but you can get the breezy, beachy feel to it still, but walking through the garden because it's very flowery and sweet. But I think something like that. I haven't tried Fragrance World Apex. No, sir, I have not. Jeremiah, great to see you, sir. Great to see you. OG Profondo. Well, watch is wanting me to get up. We've been on the live too long, according to my watch. Profumo Acqua di Gio just isn't one of my favorite lines. And see, I love it. I try to get all of them. I wish I had a full bottle of Essenza. I have a very, very large decant of Essenza. I wish I had Profumo Special Blend. Last time I looked, the cheapest bottle I saw on eBay was $500. I've seen it for $800 and $1,000 the same time that I looked. And I was like, they're smoking crack. They're never going to sell that. What genius is going to drop $1,000 on a 75 ml of an Acqua di Gio flanker? Don't do that. If anybody here is watching and was considering that, which I highly doubt, don't do that. That's not worth $1,000. But there's people asking that kind of money for those. Alberto does the whole line. It did not mention him, but he's done the whole line. Yeah, I didn't mention him in the write-up. I'm scrolling up and down. Yeah, it doesn't have him listed as perfumer or anything. They don't have anything about perfumer. But that's his baby, is that DNA. Very good. Kind of like a greener, less smoky Profumo. There's elements to it that reminds me of Acqua di Gio Profumo. It always has. It's really good. It's really, really good. It's underrated. Underappreciated is more the term. Yeah, green version of Acqua di Gio. Yeah. It smells closest to Profumo to me. Real quick, how you feeling about Rock, Rome, and Cody? I'm with all the speculation the wrestling media is talking about because, I mean, the reports are that segment Friday was heavily scripted, so everything's by design. They're playing, I think, since they pivoted, they're kind of playing back to the whispering in the ear that Rock did with Cody, where it's all going to be part of it, because you're going to get Rock turning on Roman, because you're still going to get Rock versus Roman at some point. I think it's going to be the SummerSlam match, because what I've been told is Roman's done after SummerSlam, and he's going acting. He's going to Hollywood. Like the face of the company always ends up going acting at some point. He's going to Hollywood. Joe, Roman Reigns, he's going to Hollywood. So I think that's going to be his final thing, is the destruction of the bloodline, is the Rock's going to kill the bloodline. And even if it's not at Mania that the turn happens, I think you'll see inklings of it, and then it's going to start to unfold. But Cody's taking that belt. I can't imagine them not putting the belt on Cody at this point. There's been talks about, which I mentioned months ago. I'm taking all the credit for this, even though they didn't listen to me, but it was probably in the works. I'm just guessed really good. If you go look at the Sports Desk Live from like November, when we talked about it, came up where I told Dedrick that I think what's going to happen is when Cody wins the belt, Gold Dust's music's going to hit. I said something's going to work out to where his contract's going to be up, or AEW is going to let him be at Mania for that moment. And now there's talks that for Sting's last match, WWE will let them use old footage, because the only footage they have is new footage from AEW. And I'm sure they can get TNA footage, but as far as WCW footage and WWE footage, WWE owns those rights. So that's the trade. They're going to let them use the footage for Sting, and they get Dustin for Mania for Cody so he can be there. So that'll be great. And I thought of this the other night. And don't rule it out. This really could have happened, because Dusty Rhodes believed in Cody so much. You had to have seen the doc. Those of you into wrestling, you've probably seen all the documentaries over the years. What if his music's playing, they play the American Dream, because I think at some point they're going to play the American Dreams music too. And there's a video message congratulating him on winning his first world title from his father that was recorded years ago for when it would happen one day, just in case it may not happen. Wild hair assumption right now. But there ain't going to be a dry eye in that crowd. And Cody's already a crybaby. That's the Cody crybabies. But Cody's already going to be crying his ass off. But let that happen. Cody's going to melt down. My God, I'm going to cry if that happens. I'm going to tear up. Everybody will get caught up in the emotion. I thought of that the other night. Like, how cool would that be if Dusty Rhodes recorded a message years ago for in the event Cody ever won the world championship? Because I've literally watched him in interviews talk about, I don't know why, that he could be world's champion and everything. Like, literally watched him say this in interviews and documentaries. So you never know. I think it's going to be quite the emotional main event to WrestleMania. Anybody that's invested in the storyline and everything, I'm not just going to say the story, but storylines in general, that's what keeps me invested. It's the male soap opera, right? As it's known. It's my general hospital. It's my guiding light. It's my Bold and the Beautiful. My mom's always watched all that stuff. This is mine. So see how excited and tangential I got? Went on a tangent and everything. We lost a few viewers because they're like, wrestling, I'm out of here. All good. I don't care. Thank you for asking. Dior Homme or Dior Homme Sport 2021. If I had to pick one, I'm assuming you're talking 2020. I'm going 2021 because it's a deeper scent. There's more going on there. I love the addition of the Olabanum because I do get a little bit of the smokiness. Damn, that's a bold statement. Let them know, Paul. I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm definitely going to be getting it. The one that made me the happiest was paying a little more than I could have. I could have got it a little bit cheaper online, but I got Silver Mountain Water in the rack stores. But my biggest steal was twice I found yellow tag clearance bottles for $18, $12, and $20 of Acqua di Parma Colonia Club. 2 bottles, twice, years ago. They're from Amazon. Yep, all the shelves are from Amazon. They're all the same brand, even though they're not the same shelves. And it goes all the way down. Because those are 2 separate shelves going across the big wall, and then this is another one that's a smaller shelf. And then I need to get another one just like it to go over there. Because I'm probably going to move some of the stuff right here, like the trophies and all these different things. Because I already started using some of the lower shelves because I need more shelving for fragrances. All good. I love it. I love it. Collect releases for nostalgia reasons. No matter the release, you got any lines that's the same for you? For nostalgia reasons, not really. Because if that was the case, I'd collect all the Nautica fragrances, all the Tommy Hilfiger fragrances, all the polos, which I do go after a lot of the polos. I guess maybe there's some truth to that. I have all of the Polo Blues except for the special edition bottles like teddy bear on it and stuff that's still just Polo Blue. I have most of the reds, both the blacks, which I would love. Polo Black Parfum, Polo Double Black Parfum, Polo Black Elixir, Polo Double Black Elixir. Ralph Lauren, I need a new Polo Black flanker. I have all of the greens except special Modern Reserve. I'd like to get Modern Reserve. Point being, it's typically that's the 3 brands that were biggest to me when I was a kid. And I do have a lot of fragrances from them, but I don't have like complete lines or mostly complete lines. I never smoked but love tobacco fragrance. I hate smoking cigarettes, the smell of cigarettes, all that. And I smoked cigarettes for years, but I love tobacco fragrances. Love smoky tobacco fragrances too, because it's not the same. It doesn't smell the same as a burning cigarette. I'm very excited for it. Very much. I'm definitely going to get it. That's one that I get every release. What's wrong with you? I get them all. That's a great DNA. I haven't tried it yet. Sole di Capri. Kumquat, very watery, fresh, clean. About 6 to 8 hours longevity. It's not a beast like most of their fragrances. Very, very fresh, airy, and aquatic. Fougères Marine is actually quite aquatic. It's got a freshwater accord that really takes the denseness of the oak moss and makes it a fresh, spicy green aquatic. So Fougères Marine and Sole di Capri are two that come to mind immediately. They're quite different, quite good, and pretty easy to wear. They're no challenge. They're not full of oud and florals and stuff like that, like a lot of Pierre Montal's fragrances. Chris, good to see you. No scent yet today. LOL. I'm off today, but I'm going to get groceries in a few, and I think I'm going to go with Gentleman Reserve Privé. It's a great choice. That is a great, great choice. Happy birthday, my man. Happy, happy birthday to you. Thank you for sharing some of your birthday with us, man. Not just thanking me for the videos. Thank you for being here. Everybody make sure to let RyDog920 know happy birthday today. Glad you're able to hang with us. Wow, your nose had to be wore out. Oolong Cha, great. Acro East, never tried. Never tried that. Pacific Rock Moss is good. Wilhelm London Funk. Yeah, I got a bottle of it. It is very unique. It's a grower, not a shower. It's not impressive the first time I smelled it. I don't know about for you, but it grows on you. I haven't gone back to that one in a long time, but I mean, still, I would say Faces of Francis is easily my favorite from that brand. They kind of teased Rock turn against Roma with foreshadowing way. Rock promo was hilarious when roasting the crowd. So yeah, that was original Rock. They kept wanting to say Hollywood Rock. It was a combination of Hollywood Rock and the Nation of Domination Rock. But it's heel Rock's the best. Rock's one of the greatest heels of all time. And they started cheering at one point because that's what happened in the old days. He was so good at being a heel and so funny and catchy, all his catchphrases and everything, that people just loved the Rock. It's what it was. And we haven't seen heel Rock in 20 years. So everybody's happy to see it. Yeah, we'd rather you turn heel, even if it's just for 2 months or whatever. Yeah, give us a little dose of heel Rock. What the hell? Why not? The Rock is a heel. That character was a damn heel. He just turned babyface because he got so damn popular. Had no choice. Who knows? I don't know if there is or not. Roy, good to see you. I talked to your favorite reviewer this morning and let him know that you stopped by, disappointed that he's leaving YouTube for a while. I talked to George Atkinson this morning. He's focusing on the film. He was telling me he's got some stuff going on. There's a call he needs me to take. He needs my help with a little something dealing with the film or whatever. So he's going to be calling me tomorrow about it. Long story short, but I let him know how you were very, disappointed and sad that he was leaving, and told him a little bit of the conversation we had in the live stream. And he wanted me to tell you thank you for the love and support. By the way, he'll still be doing his Patreon. He's going to be doing Zoom calls and stuff on his Patreon. So if you're a Patreon member for the Fragrance Apprentice, he's still going to be pretty active on there, making posts. He's got his Discord that he's still active in. And then the Zoom calls, he's not sure on the scheduling of it yet. And I don't know if I'm even supposed to tell you this, but that was what we talked about earlier. Because I see you, I think of George Atkinson, because I know he's your favorite channel. Cajun Caveman, what's going on? Bulgari Parfum, you, sir. Smell fan-damn-tastic. Absolutely, absolutely. I love when everybody chimes in together. Oh, I can talk wrestling all day, man. Tomorrow night I get to. Me and Dedrick are going to be live talking wrestling. I wore them to the gym, and I have not taken them off today. Eggplant, sure, or as I like to call them, the Judgment Day foams. Oh, yeah. I wear a lot of Judgment Day merch. I literally wore the All Rise shirt today to the gym, which is floating on me now. It's huge on me. So I haven't worn that shirt in like 2 or 3 weeks. I was 95.8 this morning for my check-in because I'm every 5 days now. That was my ankle popping. It's going to be awful when I'm an old man because I can't walk upstairs without crack, 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 crack. I've been like that for years. Yeah, I love the foams. I've been wanting to get the all black anthracites that came out last year. They're well under retail. I keep debating on getting them. It was nice going to the gym in the foams because they're super supportive and still comfortable at the same time. Because that's why I like Metcons. They're quite comfortable. I find the polyurethane midsoles have always been pretty comfortable to me, and they're very supportive and love the fit. Same damn thing with foam posits. I don't wear 12s and 7s and stuff like that, retro J's to the gym, but I wear trainers most of the time, retro trainers lately. And I'll wear certain basketball shoes, usually the more supportive ones, because I don't really want to crease the shit out of my nice shoes, my nice kicks. But these aren't creasing. You're not going to crease foams. You got to work your ass off to crease some foams. But yeah. So I'm assuming you watched the video then. For those of you who didn't watch on the vlog channel, I put out a quick review on the new eggplant foams that I just showed you guys because I've had them for days. I just haven't gotten around. I haven't done shoe content in a while on that channel, and I got 3 new pairs of 12s, infrared 7s. I couldn't tell you how many Jordan 1s between high top OGs, mids, and low tops. I got 2 low tops, but bunch of those. I got 3 pairs of 96 more up tempos. I got reverse panda dunk lows. I got some high top white and green dunks, lucky greens. I got those LeBron 20 Nike Lifers I wore yesterday. I got a bunch of sneakers. I got some retro trainers, cross trainer 3 lows. I got 2 different colors of those. Like I could have done a ton of shoe content over the last 2 months. I just haven't. Being lazy on the other channel, I guess. I'm always doing stuff on this channel. It's hard to really give a third of the amount of content to that channel that I give to this channel. It's not easy when you do daily content, 4 or 5 live streams a week, shorts every day, long form videos every day, plus all the other social media stuff. It's more than some people realize. It really is. Derege I've only tried once. I can't really give you any performance stats because I've only smelled it one time. Like it more than the old one, milder and smoother. That's good to know because it was pretty sharp and synthetic, the first version. I haven't tried them yet. Every time I go, they never have anything worth. Like I'll start filming when I walk in. I ended up stopping filming by the time I get in there. I've got hundreds of those videos though, and I doubt you've seen all of them. I've got hundreds. It's just all the stuff that's worth getting, in my opinion, I've got. They haven't been changing up the stock much. Once in a while, look, I'm always looking to grab stuff at the rack store, and eventually I'll have another rack store video. I'm always trying to get one. Trust me. I get out the car and I start recording. Y'all know how the rack store videos start on my channel. Every single time I get out the car to go into a rack store, I start filming just in case. And by the time I get to the fragrance section, I'm either continuing filming or I'm stopping. Lately, it's been I'm stopping. That's a damn good fragrance, boss. Fall of Phaeton's pretty good too. You can find Invictus Aqua for $70. I would say get the original. Man, for $70, get the real deal. Yeah. If you can get that for $70, absolutely. Yeah, look, everybody's agreeing with me. Absolutely, man. Get the real one. Look, there's a bunch of great clones, but that magic that makes me smile every time I smell that fragrance, I don't get that out of the clones. I get it out of Invictus Aqua 2018, though. It is that good, boss. It's very spicy. Gotta keep that in mind, too. I would say save up and get the 50 ml that goes for around $105. Go with the original on the Nishane Oolong Cha, man. I don't know of any clones. I'm sure there's one out there. I've never tried a Oolong Cha clone, but man, 50 ml goes a long way. It's strong. You don't need a lot of sprays of it. Get the 50 ml Oolong Cha. Just wait. Don't buy the 3 cheapies you were eyeing. There's your bottle of Oolong Cha. Some things are worth getting the original. A lot of the times it's worth getting the original. And this is one of those times I would strongly encourage you. Don't even bother looking for clones with Oolong Cha. Just get the real deal, man. Get the magic. The magic. There's magic in that bottle. Flumpy Daddy, gotta love the name. Rockin' El Gudo. May EJ rest in peace. El Gudo is still very good. Speaking of boozy fragrances that are phenomenal, that's one of EJ's greatest creations, in my opinion. Raven versus Gangrel. I mean, gotta go Raven here, right? I would think. No longer carry, but well, it was a limited edition release for last summer. Yeah, it's discontinued. You can get the 200 ml for $95 from Fragrance Buy. Yeah, it was a limited, just like the year before, Boss Bottle Marine was a limited edition summer release. I'm sure they're going to do it again this year because they did it 2 years in a row. Noted. Noted. Not quite. So speaking of the competition schedule changed because I was going to do another show in November. And my coach's best friend, who also is an IFBB pro in figure, also promotes South Central, NPC South Central Louisiana in Sulphur. It's 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks later after my June 1st show. So we're just going to stay in prep, be a little bit tighter, basically, the way it's going to shake out. And I'm going to do that show on June 29th. And then I'm going to go into a full off season with my coach and get a little bit bigger for the show I want to do in May here in Florida next year. So it actually works out better. So I'm going to do 2 shows in June. And unless for some wild reason I'm in such great condition that I qualify, because that's a national qualifier, the second show I'm doing. If for some reason I managed to qualify for nationals July 11th, I'll be going into an off season. Because look, if I qualify for nationals, even though I probably won't win a pro card, of course I got to do it, right? Oh, that's going to be rough though. But to do 3 shows in 6 weeks, but that's if for the second show. But I'm definitely going to do those 2 shows. We got hotels booked, everything's registered. So June 1st in Baton Rouge, June 29th in Sulphur. I'll be on stage. I'm excited. My nutrition plan changed greatly today. And I have a refeed day that's going to get plugged in on command. She'll tell me the days. When it's time, she'll tell me, which she gave me the plan for those high carb days. But it's only when she tells me, all right, tomorrow you do the high carb day. It's not like, oh, on Fridays you do it. No. It's just when needed. Because I'm flat. I am depleted. I'm burning fat. That's what that means. I'm burning fat. I mean, you see just in my face right now. I'm getting smaller. Boy, if I would carb up, I'd look incredible right now. For the best I've ever looked if I would carb up right now. Like those pumped up pictures and stuff on Instagram, that's depleted. That's flat and depleted, low carb. You know, I'm on the lower spectrum of carbs, and I'm going even lower now. But man, after a refeed day, I can't wait. I can't wait to get a workout in loaded with glycogen, carved up. It's been a while since I've been carved up for a workout. I can't wait, and have my muscle bellies full. I can't wait. There will be an Instagram reel after I'm good and pumped up for any of you that follow me on there. I'm excited, man. I actually got really excited that she changed my plan to where it's getting harder. She said, I'm about to get harder on you. I was like, bring it. I'm ready. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so here for it, man. It makes me so happy to do this. You guys have no idea how happy I am that I'm doing this. So I appreciate those of you that ask, those of you that sit here and hear me out for it, because I know not everybody gives a shit, but I do. And I'm so excited. I've worked out with Dan. Dan knows how I am. Hope you had a wonderful day. Oh, yeah. Jordan 1 said, look, that's what Kevin Durant says is the greatest shoe of all time, according to KD, the Jordan 1. I don't think there's a more versatile sneaker ever than the Jordan 1 silhouette, especially the low top. Man, you can do whatever with the low top. I got the dark gray women's low top. It's a women's color, but I don't know why. And then I have what I call the Judgment Day Jordan 1 lows that Finn Balor likes to wear, the low top court purples. Love those. That's the 2 pairs of low tops that I have. And then I got I got 2 high OGs, and then I got a bunch of the Jordan mid. I got several colorways. I got like 6 or 7 colorways of the Jordan 1 mid. They just go with everything. You want to talk about look great with joggers and jeans. Jordan 1s, man. I haven't bought shoes in a long time. Well, it's not just shoes. I do my fitness stuff's over there. I've got older gaming content. I haven't done any gaming content in a while. Random vlogs. Go on there. I've got some electronics reviews. Hell, my top video over there has got a little 55,000 views. It's on my JBL earbuds from last year. It's got 55,000 views. I do content when I can, when I get around to it. I've got some shoe reviews, though, is kind of been the central focus. Shoes and fitness have been the focus of that channel. We've lost quite a bit. We're down to 158. Still a great crowd, but not the 215 we were at for a while. The sneakerhead salute to you, Ross. Hey, right back to you, my man. I enjoyed doing the foam posit video last night. It was before the sun went down, so I could get the on foot outside. I might do another one. I got the Stealth 12s and the Royalty 12s recently. What other 12s did I get? I'm drawing a blank right now. There's so many shoes I want to get right now. I'm kind of back in a shoe buying mode. I'm trying to think. Then I got the Jordan Team 1s. This is the third time I own the black and white Jordan Team 1s. That was my first pair of Jordans when I was in 7th grade. I got the re-releases in 2010. And then now I have the 2023 release. And then now I also have the white and Columbia blue, the Carolina blue ones. They never had the blue. Those of you familiar with Silhouette, they never had the blue on the inside of the toe, ever. And all the times they re-released it, now they do. I was like, oh, finally buying that colorway. Because when I was in 7th grade and it first came out, I was like, why didn't they do the color blocking like the white and black or the black and white ones? They need to re-release the white and black ones. All of us that like that silhouette have been wanting the white and blacks. They never re-released them. They've never been re-released since the originals back when I was in 7th grade. I've seen it a bunch of times. Surprisingly good. Just bought it. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoy. Tonka Cola. Oh, man, that's amazing. Yeah, this throwback right here, man. This is a Adidas Flex Fit. This throwback right here. NBA logo. I have so many New Orleans Hornets hats. So many. I was heartbroken when we changed to the Pelicans and the Hornets went back to Charlotte instead of being the Bobcats. I was heartbroken. I got almost every version of the Chris Paul jersey when he was a Hornet. All the limited edition ones, the All-Star Weekend ones, I got so many. Before Chris Paul turned into a little bitch, when he was a legit superstar with the Hornets, before he was a flopping little prick, I got so many Chris Paul jerseys. I don't have the heart to get rid of them. I'm never going to wear jerseys again. The days of wearing basketball jerseys are long over for me, but I got so many New Orleans Hornets hats, guys. A lot. I used to go to the Hornets games all the time. Good to see you. Heading out. Thanks for your time. I mean, we're going to shut it down a little bit. Once we get to about an hour and a half, we got like 7 more minutes. We'll just chop it up for a little bit. We covered the 3 fragrances I wanted to cover over on iFragrance. Try to get caught up. Sensualize. Barry, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Long time no see. Vertus Vanilla Oud or Ani? I would take Vanilla Oud. Wouldn't mind getting both at some point. Well, they're actually pretty different from one another. Ani, while it's still a spicy vanilla, when you compare the two, it's fresher because Vertus Vanilla Oud is more of a burnt, funky oud. Like it's burnt vanilla and a slightly funky oud. A lot of saffron brings the spice. Has a smoky accord to it. It's rich and very, very warm, where there's more of a cleanliness to Ani. Both vanilla fragrances, but different personalities to them. Coco Loco, excellent choice. Excellent choice, my man. Let's take a look and see if they have it up here. Because I have the other 3. I definitely would like to get it. See, we looked at Solar Lavender last time. Wild Elixir, Oud Wood Parfum, Legend Blue. We looked at all those last time. I don't think they did a write-up on it yet on iFragrance. They did an announcement for it, but I don't think they did a did a write-up fully on it because it was on their stories not that long ago. Does it just not want to? Number lock's on. Okay, then. Fragrance directory. Let's go to Bulgari. Bulgari. Let's see if they have it. They do have it. Let's take a look. So I haven't looked at the notes yet. I'm assuming it's still pretty green. Created by master perfumer Jacques Cavalier Belletrude, Bulgari Pour Homme Eau de Parfum is a new concentration of the eau de toilette, combining the same key ingredients in a new interpretation. Soothing and sophisticated, the fragrance composition is characterized by its balanced versatility based on the freshness of Darjeeling tea and subtle elegance of the musk accord. I want to look at the notes. Screw all that. Tea accord and ginger. Ceylon tea extracts, so 2 different tea notes. Gaiac wood, so smoky wood. Musk accord and ambrette seed, which ambrette seed's already a little musky too. So it's a very musky, woodsy, herbal fragrance with a little bit of spice. So it's going to be quite green because the original eau de toilette and the extreme are quite green. As long as it doesn't smell just like the extreme, which this note breakdown says it might not, but it still needs to tie to the original. I'm interested. I mean, I have all the other ones. Shout out to Michael Gassaway for sending me the Soir flanker. He hooked me up. I got that partial. It's like 80% full, 100 ml, which I haven't worn that one yet. I've worn the original several times, and I've worn the extreme several times. I need to get around to it. But thank you for asking, Eddie. 100 ml will last forever, I assume. 100 ml, everything lasts forever when you have a sizable collection. My phone died and was logged out of the channel. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I mean, I'm okay, but thank you for checking on me. Glad you're able to be back. Yeah, I highly doubt that would happen. I don't think that's going to be the case, my man. But I appreciate the confidence that you have in me. That I do like. Jasada Ambassador, that's a good fragrance. Make sure it's at 100%. Yeah, come on now. Got to have it plugged in. As long as you're not using wires like I have to my mic and my webcam. Hey, what's going on, E? Well, they're not built for comfort. They're from an era. They're from 1984. I mean, they're from an era when, it was more about support, stability, and grip, more so than overall comfort. But I mean, I don't find them uncomfortable. I actually quite like I find comfort in the more supportive shoes. I always have. See, I got asked about that this morning, the 4 Reimagines, and I like them, but I didn't feel like I needed them. I want the powder blue 9s. That's the ones I don't want to miss on. The 4 Reimagines, they were like $50 over retail in my size. Let's see where they're at now. Pull up Goat real quick. They're $285 in my size, which they were like $220 retail. So they're like 55 over, 65 over, 65 over retail. I just can't see. I see Dedrick's text. I just can't see myself dropping that on them. They are dope, though. They are dope. What I thought was crazy was the Galaxy 4 KDs. So they were 95 originally when they came out years ago. They're 140 now. They're already 197. Like, who gives a shit about KD's retros that much that they're commanding, 57 over retail? But I could buy the white and red cherry 12s for $10 over retail. That's an all-time great hype shoe. I just don't understand it. Like the Aunt Pearls, because the Aunt Pearl KD4s are coming later this year. Those sons of bitches are going to be ridiculous with resale. Watch. People are going to treat them like everybody wears pink shoes. Like every dude wears all pink shoes. I like pink shoes, and there's other guys that do too, but it's not like thousands and thousands and thousands of people do. So where it's like crazy hype, Mark my words, though. Aunt Pearls are going to have overhype. Prada L'Homme Intense, excellent choice. Also get back in the gym last year, but I probably missed the live where you mentioned what motivated you to do shows. So it's a bucket list item. I wanted to do it since I was a teenager. I regret not doing it at my dad's last show in 01 because I only needed to lose about 20 pounds to get on stage and beat both the dudes that were in the 13 to 17 category. Everybody was letting me know at the show, you should have dieted for 2 months. You totally would have beat them because I was much more muscular. They were just skinny. Now, guys that don't have any body fat, but they don't eat enough either to build muscle, but we have muscle tissue. You know what I mean? They just were skinny. I would have slaughtered him if I'd have gone on stage. But if it was a skiff, we'd all be fishing, right? I didn't, and I regret it because that was my last opportunity to compete with my dad, because my dad died 2 years later. Tragic, by the way. But I never could stay consistent at the gym beyond that, because I was in the gym for years as a teenager. That was my first job. This gym right here, Body Elite Original. That's why I got original on there. That was like a family to me. And there's still some that are around to this day where every time I see them, it's a brotherhood. We're like family. Owner of Powerhouse Gym where I'm from. He's from that old era. That's who I'm going to be on stage with him June 1st. That's who challenged me to do this. I've been inconsistent with the gym for years. The last time I was pretty consistent was around when I met my wife when I was 24. I was in really good shape. I was in great shape. Then about a year after we got together, I had changed what I was doing, started working in the warehouses late at night, got really, really lean. I just didn't have time to work out. I was packing pallets in a -6-degree freezer, performance-based for a bonus and everything. So I wanted to, make the most I could make. So I got down to like 158 pounds, like 153. I was like 158 when I got married. If anybody's ever seen my wedding pictures on Facebook or anything, I looked like a different person. I was so skinny. But I wasn't real muscular. I still had some muscle, some developed muscle, but I wasn't working out then because I just didn't have the time. I was working night shift, all that good stuff. And then I got on and off for years after that. I'd go hard for 6 months, get lazy for a year or two. Go hard for 6 months, get lazy for a year or two. Kept doing it. You never really make real progress from just 6 months. And then I was very lethargic, fatigue, all the symptoms of low T. And I was already back in the gym. And when you get tested, testosterone was incredibly low. It was 173 nanograms per deciliter. Very, very old man's level of testosterone. So got on TRT, no secret. We've talked about it many times here on the channel. And extra confidence booster, because then in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm on testosterone. Why would I waste this? I have an opportunity to get in the best shape I've ever been in. So I'm going to use that. So for 3 years and since January of 3 years ago, I've been consistent. I've been very consistent. Sometimes I slack a little bit when I'm bulking. I would eat like shit because I do these little bulks, cut a little bit, bulk a little bit, cut a little bit, bulk a little bit, cut a little bit. And it got to a point to where I was already debating, like, man, I'd love to do a show. Over a year ago, I taught Matt, Giorgio Gym, talked to him about it. He's a personal trainer, for those of you that didn't know it. I was telling him, man, I'd like to do a show in the next year. I'd love to cut down and do a show. I'm gonna gain a little more. I'm not big enough. And I'm just getting in my head on reasons to not do it. And finally had a conversation with my wife not long ago. Full support from her. Went in last November. Went to NPC Southern Muscle to support my friend that owns a Powerhouse Gym. Him and his wife and my friend Courtney, who's going for her pro card at Nationals in July. Jonas Courtney. And I was searching. I was looking because I hadn't been to a bodybuilding show since my dad's last show in 2001. And while I was there, I was so into it, judging the physique. Some of the competitors have reached out to me to get the footage that I got. Like those of you that saw the vlog, the Mustache Man, he reached out to me the other night to get the footage for his overall stuff. He was the most well-conditioned guy on stage that night, not just for classic physique. But I got the bug again. I felt in my element being at the show and looking at everything. If you listen to my commentary in that vlog, I have an eye for it. I could be a judge one day if I really wanted to. And I wanted to. And I mentioned potentially doing it to Country after his show. And he stepped back. I challenge you. Do it in June with me. Because I was thinking I need 6 or 7 months. And it was November. The show was June 1st. And I was like, the timeline's perfect. This is a sign. I'm going to run with it. I committed right then and there. Hired the same coach that they're using, who was coach of the year in Louisiana. Now, the first show has to be in Louisiana for me because I'm from Louisiana. I'm all about my heritage. It's got to be in Louisiana. So she was coach of the year in 22, coach of the year in 23, and she's going to be up for it again this year. Literally told me the other day, I'm up for it again, and they give that award at the show you're going to be at. So no pressure. That was verbatim what she said to me. But it's that extra motivation. I love a good challenge. This is a true mental challenge because I love to work out. The hard part is the nutrition and staying dialed in, the consistency. So Thank you for asking, Luis, but that's pretty much where it's at. I have the support system in place. I have the availability to do so. The gym is very much my life and lifestyle over the last few years. So it's like, why not? It's bucket list. It's one of those laying on my deathbed. Man, I wish I would have did that kind of thing. It's a regret if I don't do it. So I'm doing it. Thank you for asking. I know that was long-winded, you guys. I appreciate those of you that sat here through it. I tried to cover as much as I could while getting through it as quickly as I could. Obviously there's more to it, but that's the moral of the story. That's why I'm doing it. I've always wanted to. I've always needed that extra motivation to get really lean. I've never been really lean. I'm en route to being really lean. I'm not there yet, but I'm trimming greatly. And it's just going to get harder and harder and get leaner and leaner. I do an hour of cardio on the elliptical fasted every single morning, 7 days a week. And I lift 5 days a week. And before you know it, I'll be doing cardio twice a day and lifting 5 days a week. That's coming. Evening cardio is coming. It's not too far away. I'm a little over 14 weeks out from the first show. So I love it, though. It's going to be a challenge. But thank you for asking, Louise. I haven't tried either of those, actually. Never smelled them. And the yin yang's white and black. Don't want to ruin them, but I'm pulling out recently. Appreciate that, Jared. Thank you, sir. Might have missed it, but I don't know when. They don't have release dates on there, so I'm not sure. The write-ups on iFragrance don't have any release dates. Thank you, Joel. I love the Flex Fit cap. All the cool caps are always snapback or the belt band. Yeah, the strap backs. Top 10 discontinued fragrances you love. Think seeing some fragrances you reach back in the collection would be awesome. I'll keep that in mind. I've done that video before, but I haven't done it in a long time. A lot of things have been discontinued since, so I'll keep that in mind. Nah, I don't think it will be. I got jackets. I got hoodies. I got all kinds of stuff. Smelled Ani X, such a gorgeous vanilla. And look, it's so much fresher than the original. It is really good. What's going on, sir? How are you? They are. That's one of the colorways that's coming out. Nerf's, the copper ones, the Christmas is which one, but they're copper. The Aunt Pearls, and then the Galaxies. That's the 4 confirmed. The Nerfs are next, I think, actually. That's the next release for the summer. Funny that you say that. I'd rather get the Nerfs than the Galaxies. Just got back from Dillard's. They have Society Extreme. I had to pick it up. Ooh, Ultra Red Man's good stuff. My bottle's right here. I've been meaning to wear it. That's why it's right there. All the stuff I'd like to wear, but kind of don't. It's sitting right there. Absolutely. I love pink. I like pink, high-vis yellow. It's 2 of my favorite colors. I wear them often. Guerlain L'Instant EDT. You can hope. I don't know if it will, though. It might. You never know. Ross Lynn. Love your name, sir. From the Czech Republic. I was about to say Czechoslovakia, but the Czech Republic. I appreciate that. I know the feel in high school and college years. I was around 150 pounds at 6 foot. Then feel the years lifting. I'm around 215. Yeah, meat. That's the meat man, by the way. Every time he comes around, the word meat gets thrown out in the Cannoli Mafia group. Where was I select? Yeah, order selector. Sure was. Performance food group for that company. Yep, I was in the freezer. I was fast too. I'd keep my errors low. I'd operate at about 150% on average. I always had just ridiculous numbers. I was one of their top 2 guys all the time. Competitive. And I want to be good at what I do. I put my all into what I do. As you can see, that's what I do. So naturally, I got super into, like I used to take Xenadrin. Remember Xenadrins? I would call the first 2 hours of my shift my workout. That's what I used to tell everybody. Like, I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm not chilling in between orders and do in between pallets, I'm working. Steady pace, going, sweating my balls off in that suit in a -6 degree freezer. I would sweat my ass off. Yeah, hell yeah, because I was getting it. Section 198.2, grab one, got it, confirmed, scanning, tagging, putting it up, getting going. Oh yeah, I was good at it. I got good at it. Nobody's good at it first. You got to get good at it. But yeah, oh yeah, I lost a ton of weight. You're also an animal. I appreciate that, man. It's all about a mentality. Either have it here or you don't. Baton Rouge and sulfur. I appreciate that, Ryan. I've had a few viewers say that they want to come. I got a few childhood friends that are coming too. I'm going to have some people out there rooting for me and supporting. It's going to be nice. It's going to be good. Obviously, some family's going to be there too. I think it's one of the better aquatics as long as you don't mind a synthetic smell. It smells very chemical, but it's very fresh. It's very strong. It'll pull some compliments if that stuff matters to you. So we clearly did over an hour and a half. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm going to look great on the beach this year. Literally, summer starts while I'm going to be on stage for 2 shows. I'm going to be doing a photo shoot after the second one. I told my wife, so we need to look for a photographer because while I'm in this condition, before I go into bulking and lose the abs and everything in the obliques, I want to do a photo shoot. Yep, I want to get some good pictures. Why not? I'm going to be in shape. Why the hell not? Kids at school are nose blind. They say that when I put on Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct Blue that it smells like Axe. We had this conversation about fragrances earlier. People use Axe to throw around as saying something smells like generic shower gel. It does, like a lot of these blue fragrances do smell similar to shower gel. I understand where they're coming from, but your experience with it as the wearer is different with them just kind of passing by for a few seconds on it. So cut them a little slack. They're probably just giving you a hard time, but no, it doesn't smell just like Axe. I feel for you, man. 1 Million Elixir, I wore that literally like 2 or 3 days ago. Maybe at some point, Sign Your Attitude's really good. I'm going to be wearing that one this summer. It's basically not 1-to-1, but very similar to Dior Homme Cologne. Come on now. Kind of. So I'm waiting until the second half of this week. It's right here. Second half of this week, because it's going to be high 60s, low 70s. It's going to be ideal. I'm waiting for the right weather because I can wear heavier stuff right now. So that's why I wore a denser blue today. And then tomorrow is going to be in the 60s. So I'm going to start working my way into the greens. So here's Vetiver Sensuel. That is George calling. So I'll call him back after because we're about to end. But yeah, it's been getting slid down. As folks times closer, I will go harder and lower. Last question, then I'll muzzle the snoot. Top 3 clones with at least 6 hours performance, good projection for a hot summer night. You asked me that the other night. I answered that the other night. I literally answered this last time you asked me. Ooh, Leighton. Leighton's too special to me. I do like 40 knots, but Leighton. It's glitching on you. Oh, we actually made it to the bottom, so we're about to shut it down. Intermittent fasting since middle school. Learn what it is. Hardly ever eat breakfast. So it's different for me. I do fasted cardio, but I have 6 meals throughout the day spread out. Eight years. PFG and brought rain hard after 19 and 20. Lost all my weight in the freezer too. Yeah, because you can't stay in it because your hands are going to go numb. Like I still have some feeling issues in my right hand. Like when it gets cold outside, my fingertips are in bad shape. I think it's nerve damage from mild hyperthermia. Because I would wear layers. You know how it is in there. You got layers of gloves, the green gloves, and you got the big, thicker orange gloves that have the grip on them and everything. So you can grab these boxes because those boxes are slick when they're ice. Yeah. Because sometimes you're searching for shit and you can't get in and out faster. Some pallets will have a ridiculous amount of cases and you might be in that son of a bitch longer than you want to be, no matter how efficient you're being. Those hands get there, at least for me, those hands would get to hurting, you know? And I've got long-term effects from that. Like I said, I had a little bit of nerve damage, fucked my fingertips up a little bit. Hello from Colombia. Good to see you. The original Bulgari Black Oh, the one that looks like a hockey puck? Yeah, hockey puck. And for a dupe, I've never smelled it. I know what the bottle looks like. Well, hell, you're more than welcome to come, my man. 58187. That's a good weight, though. Deleted several messages. Didn't mean to repeat. No, it glitched. I knew it glitched on you because it was exact word for word. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down at this point because we've done an hour and 45 minutes. That's a lot longer than normal. I appreciate you guys asking some of, those of you that ask questions about the fitness stuff. I love talking about that too. This is literally my life. Fragrance and fitness is 100% my life, and hats and shoes. It's the shit that matters to me as far as hobbies and extracurricular stuff. So I appreciate you guys asking. Thank you for hanging out with me for a while. I'm very excited about all 4 of the releases we looked at here today. Check out today's clone video if you haven't yet. Tomorrow is going to be some individual review stuff, so be on the lookout for that. Like this stream on your way out. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all have a good one.